Imagine you're 17 years old. You're casually swiping Tinder and then you get a match. But then this girl tells you stuff and sends you pictures that will disturb you for years. My name is Quinten Hyde and I'm going to be telling you about the mother that I matched on Tinder. Around 3.5 years ago, I was 17 years old. I was casually swiping Tinder, checking Hot or Not to see that they found me a solid 6.2. When, to my delight, I saw a notification pop up that I had a new match. I got back into the app to see who I just matched, and it was basically this girl, and her first picture was her. At the time, she was 15 years old. Keep in mind, I was 17, so that was not weird. And her first picture was her with a little, about 3-year-old kid sitting on her lap face to face, and they're smiling. Super cute picture. I didn't think too much of it. Most people would assume this is like a little cousin or a little sister, and you are already feeling what I'm going at. Most of the time, from my experience, it's the guy that sends a message first, but I didn't do that. Though within mere minutes, I got a message from her, and you probably expect what the message already was. Something like, hey, or how are ya? No, the very first message that I got from her was, the girl in the picture is my daughter. So I was a little bit taken aback. I mean, I was young. That doesn't actually say anything. I would be taken aback right now. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Cute. How are you, I suppose? But apparently, she wasn't really one for small talk. She immediately started telling me about how her 3-year-old daughter, so I was kind of right about guessing the age, was with her much older ex, blah, 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 blah. So in my head, I of course already did the math. She was 15. Her daughter was 3. She was 12 when she had a kid. Now, I was a little bit in doubt. There are a lot of trolls there on those platforms. I thought, you know what? Pretty sure you're not even. You're not telling the truth. You're messing with me. She told this whole story about how the father was 16 at the time when she was 12. So I was completely like, okay, this is highly disturbing, but I just simply don't believe it. I didn't tell her that, but I feel like she felt it. Because then her next question was, do you have a Kik? And can I add you on that? Kik was basically this app where you could chat one-on-one with people. It's basically like WhatsApp or iMessage, but the only thing that made it so nice was that you don't require a phone number, just a username. I had absolutely no intention of giving this girl my phone number, so I was like, sure, and I gave her my Kik username. After doing that, within a couple of minutes, I received a notification that said, Lisa, so something like that was her name, I can't remember, it was a pretty common name. Send you an image. And it was a picture of her holding her daughter, 3 years old, them on vacation, blah, blah, blah. Still, could be a sister, you could still be trolling me. I didn't quite buy it as well. I just completely went with it like, oh yeah, cute pictures. Yeah, I'm not sure how to react to any of this. Suddenly, she sends me a picture of when she was pregnant at 12. A literal 12-year-old girl with a pregnant belly, like, whoop. I felt like it was not completely, like, it felt fake. Maybe she had, like, it was her, definitely. You could definitely see that was her at 12. But I felt like she just had something on her shirt. She had taken a picture of that. She just had that. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna troll this guy with that so much. But it's also starting to feel, I'm like, there is no way that a 12-year-old got pregnant and that wasn't caught up in the news. So I went into full investigation mode. I went onto Google, typed in the name of my province, and then pregnant girl 12 or something like that. And there was actually this anonymously written piece somewhere on one of the largest news websites in the country talking about a girl that got pregnant at 12 3 years ago, somewhere in this little village in my province. So I see how far that province is away from my town, and then look over back on the app where you see the amount of miles or kilometers someone is away from you, and it matched up. So I kind of started to believe that she actually got pregnant at 12 and had a kid that was 3 years old. But in the back of your head, you're always a little bit suspicious of the whole thing. You don't have any proof, I don't know who that is, and the internet is full of so many strange people. I mean, you're looking at one. That was until I one day got another, like, that's the thing, days went by, but some days she would just randomly text me on Kik, being like, hey, how are you? Just talking randomly, but I was a bit distant, but at some point she was like not even hey, just hey, can I send you some baby pictures? And like, no, I didn't, of course I didn't want that. 1, this whole thing disturbed me. 2, I hate looking at other people's baby pictures. You know those people that put pictures of their babies or their pets on Facebook? No one cares! Regardless, I said yes, because I felt bad saying no. And she sent me baby pictures. And the reason I'm saying this, she sent me pictures of her daughter being seconds old. In what position is a baby being seconds old? Just birth. She sent me pictures of her giving birth to the baby, of the baby being weighed and like clean. You know when it's still covered in blood and womb goo? I got those pictures. Umbilical cord being cut, the baby being cleaned off and weighed. That's a thing they do here. I'm not sure if they do that in every country, but they weigh and measure and everything. The baby being dressed, blah blah blah. Her being in the bed, like post-birth giving, also covered in blood. How the heck are you supposed to react to that? Pretty sure my reactions were just, oh, but that's cute. cute, but I was so disturbed. I went to my ma'am and I was like, ma'am, remember how I mentioned that girl like fleetingly the last couple of days, blah, blah. She was like, yeah, definitely don't meet up with her. You shouldn't get in a relationship with someone who has a child. You'll lose your whole child. I was like, don't worry, I'm not intending to do any of that. She sent me this, and my mom was also like, what the heck? Why would you do that? And she started talking to me, saying stuff like, yeah, I wish I could just have like a fatherly figure for my daughter. And I was like, heck no, heck no, heck no. But then she said that she was kind of bad at getting back together with a father who would now be 19, who at the time was 16, who impregnated a 12-year-old. And everything about this haunts me to this day. Actually, it might still be... Does the app save things? The app doesn't have the conversations anymore, so I downloaded Kik again to see if it keeps the conversations. Why did I have Spider-Man as my profile picture? Web history, maybe. Oh. No. Kik doesn't keep the conversations when you got a new phone. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That would have been good. Now I got Kik back on my phone. Let's see if my ma'am remembers. Ma'am. Do you remember when I was 17 and I matched with a girl who had a kid when she was 12? My ma'am didn't really want to be on film and talked about permission, which you don't actually have to ask in the Netherlands, but okay. So I'm just gonna voice over what she definitely said. No, not really, Quinten, but you are super cool. Your stories are super interesting, and I feel like people should subscribe because of this video. Oh, thanks, Mom. Please let me know down below in the comments, what would you have done in this situation? And if you want to be part of this nice little community and have fun and bond together, you can of course subscribe to this channel. I post a video every Wednesday and Saturday and all of that because I want to light up your day and make you smile. But above all, I hope you liked this video and I would love to see you next time.